Hi guys. So today I saw something on Facebook. I think that's where it was, where it came to my attention of Ariana Grande performing at Aretha Franklin's funeral. And I think it was some memes or something, and it was like making fun of something behind her, like Bill Clinton. I think it was Bill Clinton behind her. And so I went and looked that up because, I think she's pretty. I like her music. And so I looked that up, and then all of this attention was on her performing there at her funeral. And when she was performing, Bill Clinton, like, oogling her and looking her up and down and smiling so big behind her. And not only him, but Al Sharpton. He was more subtle, and Jesse Jackson. And this was at a church. And then after she performed, the pastor that was officiating the whole thing brought her back up to the pulpit and said, I thought that you were, because Aretha Franklin had requested Taco Bell at her funeral. And so he said to her, because she's from Spanish descent, he said to her that he thought her name was a new food on the menu. In the meantime, when he's doing this, he has his hand up around, not her waist, but way up here, like way up by her breast. And you can tell she's uncomfortable, and he keeps groping her on the side of her breast and bringing her closer, and she's like looking at him, and you can totally tell she's uncomfortable. And so I did a lot of studying on that today. I went back and looked at the footage of Bill Clinton and Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson oogling her before that. You can clearly see it, like in their eyes, like this men behind this young, beautiful girl. And I look at her as a girl because I have a daughter that's around her age. And that's all I could think of. I felt maybe like kind of protective, like a mother bear or something. And then these men doing that to her and making her like she's a sex object. They objectified her. She's a brilliant singer. She like can sing her butt off. That girl, and she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. But they made her seem like just a piece of meat when she was out there. And I felt so horrible for her. I was like, they like everything that she's ever put into her career, that she's ever worked for, they made her feel this small. Like objectifying her as nothing but something for their pleasure, for them to look at. And I'm not saying this is about all men, but today was a hard day, and yeah, after I went through what I went through this weekend, and there's other stuff that happened this weekend that just puts me in that category of women where I'm just like, we're more than that. We're women. Get to know us. We're more than just a sex object. And I felt really, really bad for her today. I did. And I don't even know if men really understand, like, what they're doing. Because they're being men. I understand that they see a beautiful woman and, they can, like, admire that. But that was, like, blatant today. What happened to her. Not today, but on Friday. I saw it today. And I felt bad, like how far have we come? We haven't come very far. As women, like, what are we gonna do? So in my brain all day long today, I was like thinking about this and how they made her feel, because I felt that way before in my life. And what can we do? What do we do, you know, as women in our society to not be looked at as a sex object? Because I looked that up, because I do that, you know. And so I got my little glasses here. I don't want to be all freaking weepy. So I looked up. Being objectified is to degrade to the status of a mere object. That's what I looked up. And sexual objectification is the act of treating a person as a commodity or an object without regard to their personality or dignity. And that's what I saw today when I saw those men looking at her. That's how they looked at her. They didn't look at anything that she's accomplished in her life, you know. She's 25 years old and she's probably worked her butt off to get where she is. But she got degraded down to nothing but something for a man's sexual pleasure to look at. And I felt for her. I did. I felt horrible for her. And I even looked up to try to see like what she said in regards to how she was treated on Friday. But I saw nothing yet. And I just want to know, her to know that I'm behind her and I feel bad for what happened to her.